And every time it rains, it rains. And don't you know it's crocodile? Every time it rains, it rains. Don't you know it's crocodile? Sit by your fortune falling.
Sit.
All over town, all over town, all
Sit.
over town.
Thank you.
Be sure that your umbrella.
Hello, everyone. Can you imagine I got you all here literally just to watch Elf together? It's like a watch party. Welcome to the session of believing that we can go viral, believing like Buddy the Elf. I think really the magic of life and the magic of miracles is all about this childlike belief, And it's like we watch the whole movie and we're like, literally, Elf is delusional. He has no idea what's going on. He is out of touch with reality, but he is having the time of his life. Like he is in his world, he is blissful. And so often, it's like we can go through life and we're like, okay, that post, we thought it was going to go well. We got our hopes up and then it didn't do anything. It didn't take off. And we let that fear of the disappointment hit us and kind of like knock us out of our power so that we're more like pessimistic as this like protection mechanism. And we're like, yeah, we don't really care if anything happens anyways. We're not going to like put our hopes up because it's just easier to live there. But what this session is really about is about knowing that life is going to happen either way, right? And when we stop putting so much importance on that thing, and we stop putting so much importance on the one moment of something going viral or the sales happening or whatever that is for you, when we literally stop putting all the importance there and we just focus on all of the joy in the journey in the moments, it's a very clear, logical decision that we get to make where it's like, is it worth being like miserable and pessimistic and like not having our hopes up? And obviously, I'm being like, these are hyperboles, but is it worth all of that for the 1 minute of something actually happening? Or is it better to be like Elf, completely delusional, running around every single solitary day in bliss? And so in the trailer for this, I talk about how every single solitary post I put out, I'm like, this is the one, this is viral, this is going to like pop off, but not from the sense of like it needs to, not from the sense of like I need other people to validate me, not in the sense of like if it doesn't, I'm going to be pissed. Like we see on my channel what my numbers are. It's more like I am going to have so much fun in creating this thing, and I'm going to put it out there, and I am going to just believe that it has a life of its own and it can go somewhere because it's fun to believe that. And at the end of the day, you have to make a decision like, what is it actually way more fun to believe? And then when you buy into that belief again, it doesn't actually even matter if you're getting that one time thing or that 1 second hit because it's just your reality. Just starting off with like a story. We're going to do a story, we're going to do tapping, and then we'll do some visualization. I'm bringing in Reiki, I'm bringing in energetic healing, I'm bringing in and mixing a bunch of different modalities inside of this to make it the most potent experience for you. And I'm so excited that you're here. So getting into it, I mean, like I know firsthand as somebody, especially who does social media and who helps people market, there is nothing more frustrating, even as being a professional, of like trying time and time and time again to post and get reach. And I think that so many of us are in this space where we're like, when we post, people need to see it, like, because why else am I posting? And the first thing that really happens when we're in this energy is inherently it is an I'm going to give something because I want to get something. And when we think about like our soul expression and we think about marketing not as being good or bad or having a purpose outside of ourselves, really we live in such a gifted time where we have the ability to connect with millions. I know like personally I've had past lives where like thousands of years ago, you had just the people inside of your community. And it is such a gift to be able to reach so many people at any time. But the problem is when we let ourselves like get defeated and we're beating ourselves up throughout the process. And so, there was a long time where I would be posting and, like my videos on TikTok specifically would get like one view, and it can be so frustrating. And also, the other way that we can go about it is by being delusional. And what really happened for me and what I learned is I had two options. I could continue feeling like I am bumping my head against a wall, and my whole time that I'm posting is miserable. I'm posting for other people. I'm not posting for myself. I'm just like chasing this one single moment of, the likes or the validation or the sales coming in, or I could enjoy the entire process. I could be delusional and post just like you saw in the preview, and post like every single post is going to go viral just because being in that feeling is way more fun than being in the icky energy of like nothing I'm doing is working. I realized that for me, it was so much more fun to just believe that what I was doing mattered and to make marketing about being felt rather than being good or bad. Does my post make me feel something? Does my post make me excited? And when you approach marketing from this direction, it actually doesn't matter if people are coming into your world. It actually doesn't matter about that external thing. Marketing gets to be this expression of you connected with you. And that is just so magnetic. I think that that's why, it's so curious to people how I have 300 followers and I am somebody who helps like my clients reach millions of people. And to them, it like doesn't make sense. But I'm like, for me, like marketing is about like being felt. And there's a difference. Like people can literally feel it, right? If it's felt. And every single solitary person that is in the feed or scrolling, like they want to experience a feeling. That is why they are scrolling. And the more that it is something that's felt within you, the more that they can feel it and the better it does. So, what we're going to do is we're going to go into some tapping and visualizations, and we're going to have like a ton of fun. If you've never tapped before, I use the faster EFT points just because I like them more, but you can feel free to use your intuition and tap through all the points if you want to. It's going to be a fun little game of Simon Says. And you might notice that I say ridiculous things. I promise that those ridiculous things actually have a point. And so just follow me, repeat after me, and we're going to have a really good time and restore some of the belief that it is possible for you to go viral. Not because you're actually going to go viral, which people after sessions like these have, but because it's just a way better feeling to experience. And you get to be free of those blocks in the way of that feeling for you. Like you just deserve that. Like you just deserve that level of peace. So, what we're going to do is we're going to shut down our eyes. And I just invite you to get in your body a little bit. So, we'll just kind of do like a few like hip circles, and we'll wiggle our fingers and wiggle our toes. No toe picks because this is a free experience. But we're just going to circle our bodies. I want you just to take some deep breaths on your own. And imagine bringing all of your presence, all of your focus into this now moment. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to do one round of priming tapping to allow us to start building some safety together. And so we're just going to pause all of our movement. Notice how our body is feeling. And then chin up, front of the eyebrow, repeating after me. All of the beautiful, fluffy clouds. I see the sky is so gorgeous. I see all of the different ways that posting has been hard in the past. Side of the eye. That maybe I haven't believed or haven't wanted to see. That what I say matters. But what is matters? Underneath the eye. Matter like the ocean is made of matter. Matter like my cheeks are made up of matter. Everything that I am is matter. So maybe I matter. Collarbone. I open up to shifting my perspective, even if it's just a little crack in the door. Because if there's one thing I know, it's that I actually get to have a good time. I started my business for a divine reason, and the divine wouldn't want me to be sad. So I open up just a little bit to all the changes that might occur here, like a cloud, like a piece of soft bread, and like the elf jumping on each line of the sidewalk. I'm ready to jump through this session. Let's go ahead and squeeze your wrist. And you're just going to kind of squeeze it like this, breathing in through your nose, and we're going to hold at the top. And then we're going to sigh it out. Ugh. And so with our eyes closed, I want you just to notice like how that round has shifted things. And we're going to bring up the belief that you can go viral. And as I bring that up and I say the post that you made today literally could go viral, I just want you to notice the mental chatter. And I'm going to be silent for a moment for you to like allow and give permission for anything to come up. Maybe the thoughts coming up are that, that's not possible for you. Maybe the thoughts coming up are like, wow, that feels really hard. Just allow those to be there, because the more that we're aware of them and not like trying to shut them down, the more that we can actually shift them. So give them permission and just allow them to get loud. And I'm going to give you just a moment. So the post that you made today is going to go viral. And like, what are you thinking? And then just connecting it somatically. I just want you to notice like where you're feeling those in your body. And if they had a color, what color would they be? We're speaking directly to your nervous system. And what opposite positive healing color can we bring through? And beautiful, we're going to just imagine that that color is like pouring down us like a beautiful waterfall as we do these next rounds. So just see that positive color pouring through your whole body. And then we're going to chin up, front of the eyebrow, and repeat after me. There's no possible way. The polar bears at the Polar Express are having a drink and distracted. All of the ways I don't think I can, and all of the times I tried in the past. Side of the eye. Like the panda bear who passed gas. If the past is gone and it isn't here, then would putting the past on the future make sense? I feel in my heart a little shift underneath the eye as I run this positive color through my body. I am reminded that I don't know the future, and I don't know the polar bears, And therefore, I open up to a new perspective. Collarbone. That I could put the past on the future, but then if that doesn't make sense, I could open up to the future being the future. And if the future is the future, then maybe anything is possible. I look for new evidence that maybe it's just way more fun to be in Delulu La La Land, where every time I post, I say maybe I'm open to going viral just because it feels fun. I allow myself to detach and unplug like a big giant Christmas tree turning off from all the expectation and external pressure. And as I do, my whole world changes. So go ahead, squeeze your wrist, deep breath in, hold at the top. And then let it out so slowly, like a little balloon. And as you do that,
Thank you.
and I just want you to dance as you're watching. Oh, the scene is so gross. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't preview what the scene was that we were going to be watching. I just pressed play because I trusted. Okay, close your eyes. And let's go into it. Just notice, like, if there's any, like, darkness or tension. Notice how things have shifted. Notice where you're feeling lighter already. And then just think about the hardest part of just being in this Delulu La La Land. And then we're going to do chin up, front of the eyebrow, and just repeat after me. All the ways that I was like Buddy the Elf, and every single day eating gum off the subway gate, aka my bad mood around posting, I realized that maybe I just didn't have all the context. Side of the eye. Maybe, just maybe, it was a fun little game that I got to practice and play eating bad gum, aka practicing and playing out that my video wouldn't go viral. I open up to seeing things in the right context. Underneath the eye. And instead of picking used gum to chew again and again, aka thinking the same thoughts I've thought again and again, maybe, just maybe, the reasons I haven't experienced the hope in the wins that I wanted to is not because I'm doing anything wrong, but because I'm just experiencing the same emotions again and again. And like recycled gum, I'm realizing that's gross. Collarbone. I open up to seeing new evidence that being Delulu is the whole part. That it's actually the whole point. That I can actually open up to so much more fun. That I can be more creative. That I can take more chances. and that I can have a renewed hope when it comes to posting. And as I do, my whole world changes. And let's just squeeze our wrist, deep breath in. And this time just let it fall out. And then with your eyes closed, I just want you to imagine that you are looking at the past quote unquote failures or times that your content didn't go anywhere. And I just want you to see the energy of your social media. And notice like what color like your Instagram page is. Whatever color it is perfect. And then I just want you to bring in like the energy of hope and possibility and fun and see or sense like that world just opening up and getting brighter. And just imagine messaging me like, oh my God, Carly, I did this session and it actually went viral and I didn't even care because that was the least interesting part. And we're just gonna imagine that the universe gives you like these little pink like heart glasses. And when you put them on your face, you just notice that you're putting this mindset of like play, of things not being that serious, of expression, of creativity, just sending a lot of Reiki to the throat chakra as I notice things are coming up, just allowing yourself to release. And then we're going to do our final round of tapping. We're going to chin up front of the eyebrow and repeat after me. Whoa. It is actually so cool to think about these pink colored glasses going all over my social media, where I can now maybe, just maybe, side of the eye, approach social media like I'm Buddy the Elf and in my childlike glee, where I realize the more fun I'm having and the more unhinged I'm being and the more I'm feeling my marketing underneath the eye, the more effective it becomes. It feels like with this knowing, I unlock the most gorgeous treasure chest that's just overflowing with self-belief, with abundance, collarbone, and with everything I thought was outside of myself. I open up to looking for more evidence that it's actually the miracles I'm looking for that I find. And as I realize that being alive and simply being able to post on social media is its own special kind of miracle, my whole body softens as I release all of the pressure that Buddy the Elf would have never had to begin with. Okay, go ahead, squeeze your wrist, deep breath in and out. And as you leave this session, I am so excited for you to just be in that play. I can't tell you. I mean, I've managed hundreds of different launches, campaigns, ads, you name it. And I can tell you time and time again that one, if you're miserable during the process and it works out, I promise you're going to tear it down and rebuild it all over again at that point. which we don't want for you. And two, if you can just access the miracle in everything, like, oh my God, I am breathing. Oh my God, the sun is shining. Like, oh my God, like I have a pet. Oh my God, you know, I have an idea. Like, so much of us, like, it is a miracle every single day that we create something out of nothing. All of our businesses are made out of thin air. And I just, if there's anything that I can transmit to you, any of the frequencies, it's just like, how can we root ourselves in this energy? Like, notice what color this energy is, how this energy feels, what the senses are, and put this energy almost like a cloak on top of you and walk through life in this way. Now, this link will expire in like after the 10 days, and I recommend doing this before you go to post, anytime that you need a boost, anytime that you need a belief. So make sure that you click the link in the description to get on the email list, and then you'll have it forever. Okay, looking at the schedule here, tomorrow is the scroll stopping snow globe. Okay, that one is going to be so freaking fire. Basically, that will be an all strategy call. We are going to go through a hook and a caption. You're literally going to get a template that you can use that day, and we are going to go over what kind of like is a snooze fest and how we can like make it so juicy and scroll stopping. I am telling you, it's one of my favorite things to do, and I can't wait to do it with you tomorrow. So I'll see you in the next one. Sending so much love. Bye.